My name is Gabriel D. Hill.
Gabriel. So tell me, how did you come to discover Playhouse West Dallas?
Yes, so I had the instructor reach out to me like before through this website Backstage, and first I didn't initially want to do it because I was in college. I was trying to figure out some things, and as soon as I graduated, I was kind of like, man, I need a freaking acting class, and I circled back and I thought, oh wait, there is an acting class, a Meisner acting class, and he reached out to me. I said, shoot, let me text him back. I said, yeah, sure. When is the dates? And he told me the dates, and then I was like, bet. So I came in, and I came in with my friend Spencer, and then we just loved the class. We saw the at the time intermediate actors working, and they were just freaking fantastic, and that blew me. Like, it was crazy. I was like, man, like one day I definitely want to get there, get that level, because my acting before, it wasn't at to the level it was until I took this class.
What would you say with you coming? You said the comment on how good the actors were. Did you go to other acting schools and just see, like, I've been to all these other acting schools and I have seen nothing like this in the DFW area?
You would not find anything as close as this. Everything, like, the classes that I've seen, other classes I've seen, it's just, they weren't, Meisner is, as we learned here, it's a like 2-year plus commitment. You cannot rush the process. You cannot just say, okay, ooh, look, it's a Meisner book. Let me just read this first few pages. Oh, I'm teaching Meisner. That's not how it works. It's a process. So when I went to all these different classes, it's been the same thing, like, scene work, character, fun work, improv, but they're not teaching the fundamentals of acting. Because why would you want to jump into a big ship of, like, learning lines when you don't understand who you are at the core first? So I think understanding that first, understanding that foundation of getting out of your head and listening and reacting to your scene partner is much more important before you jump into just scene work and stuff like that. So.
You said learning a bit about yourself first. What has that process been like for you after becoming a Playhouse West Dallas actor?
Oh my gosh, I've learned that there's like so much, there's like different colors within me that I just did not know before. Like, I could semi get emotional, I could semi get, like, a little frustrated, but it was never hitting to the level at where it is now, I've learned about being vulnerable. This class really teaches about being vulnerable. Like, if you're not ready to cry in front of others, if you're not ready to, like, show those inner feelings, then I don't know if it's for you. But it's for me because I know where I want to be. And that's, being on stage, being in a movie, being in a TV show. And I think that this class it's just helped me to really just pull a different version out of me that I haven't had before.
What would you say it has done for your career in terms of your career growth and inspiring you to maybe write things or direct, produce things, or how has it helped you in that way?
So this has helped me with my career by allowing me to book auditions. Because I booked a few, but after taking Meisner, I've been getting callbacks. I've just recently got cast in a play. I got cast in, I was in this commercial, 2 or 3 commercials these past few months. And now I'm getting reached out by local filmmakers to be a part of different films because they see my work on other projects that I've done with the Meisner. And they're like, oh yeah, or I make a connection on the set that I'm on. They're like, bro, like, this is different. Where you learn these chops from? And I'm like, I learned it from this class, you can audit. So, yeah.
What would you say with the training that you've experienced at Playhouse West Dallas, what would you say to your younger self when you started? What would you tell yourself?
I would say, bro, take it slow. Don't freaking try to rush the process of acting. You'll get there, pal. There is so much more out there, and there's so much more to unlock, especially when you get to Meisner. Because with the acting you have right now, it's only gonna get better. So take this class, bro.
Make sure you said Playhouse West Dallas.
Playhouse West Dallas. I'll say, yeah. So yeah, I'll tell my younger self to really take this class. Tell them to take Playhouse West Dallas, because I mean, it's like literally just the beginning. You learn so much stuff in high school, but now it's time to unlearn those things, because it's cool to learn about, you know, that version of given circumstances and all that, but I believe this version is a lot better. So
What makes this version, identify what that version is, what's Sanford Meisner's definition of acting, and what makes it better? What makes it supreme for you?
So Sanford Meisner's version of acting is living truthfully under imaginary circumstances. And it just makes it so superior because you get to be a child again. You get to explore. When I was a kid, you know, me and my brother, we grew up on Disney Channel, and we grew up on like watching cartoons, and we always had this vivid imagination, you know, of like imagining if we're this superhero, imagining if we were in space. Even our dad, he propelled those imaginations even more by making comic books with us. And having that mindset as a child, like to wonder, to guess, you know, like where am I? You know, who can I be? You know, what can I be? It just makes acting so much more fun and rewarding. And that's what I believe Meisner has given me, the chance to be a child again.
What has been some breakthroughs you've had with Mrs. Tamara? Talk about Mrs. Tamara.
Oh my gosh, Miss Tamara, she's like this sweet yoga-like instructor that like she just tells you what it is. She's very sweet, very particular in like the rules. She knows everything about Meisner. She knows everything about storytelling. She knows everything about breaking down the script. And I've learned a lot more about breaking down the script from her than I did from my professor in college. So I've learned a lot more. Like I've learned some things from my professor, but yeah, she's definitely taught me like a lot more things. So yeah, she's amazing. She definitely allows you to see your inner self, and especially when I moved on to the realm of emotional preparation, that was like world changing for me. Yeah.
What was it like with your first text exercise after going through emotional preparation?
So my first text exercise, man, when I tell you it opened my mind. It just showed me that I've been doing everything wrong. As any actor would find out when taking Meisner, you feel like you've done everything wrong. It's like once you get to that emotional state, or once you realize, oh, I'm actually acting. Like this is when I'm realizing I'm actually acting. Before I'm like, I'm acting, you know, just like, you know, acting. But that's when I feel like I was actually just living truthfully and letting the scene play out. Not pushing, not trying to force anything, not trying to control the situation. It's just literally like how we're having a conversation, just being. That's all acting is.
What would you say, and what talk about Mr. Maddox and how he has influenced you?
Oh my gosh. Mr. Maddox, he's like this Western rugged cowboy that just so happened to get a book of Shakespeare. And he loves Meisner. You can tell he really enjoys Sanford Meisner's teachings, and he makes sure that, you know, you stay on top of that. If you do anything outside of what's said in the book, he'll take off them glasses and say, let's talk about this. And that's when I know I'm cooked. As soon as I hear him say like, let's talk about this, I know I made a mistake. I know that I have done something that was not in the text. So I try my best to, you know, to stay on it. But outside of that, great teacher. He pushes me. He really pushes you to be a better version of yourself. And I believe with him and his, like, you know, hard teachings, it really just molded me into the actor where I am now. And it's a blessing. I mean, I'm thankful for Miss Tamara and Rick. So I'm ready to see what's next.
What would you say to anybody thinking about coming to audit a class or coming to check out Playhouse West Dallas?
Yeah, I say give it a check. You know, check it out. Check it out. It is definitely worth it. It's worth the money. It is worth for the community. It is worth it for stretching yourself and becoming the version that, your child self would want to be, So I recommend people to come in on time, uh, take some notes, and then just talk to the instructor afterwards and see if you're interested.
Excellent. You've had a few producers and directors come and see the class. What has been some of their feedback, and what is some of the feedback you've heard about the reputation of Playhouse West Dallas actors?
So I believe that they just believe that it's just very authentic. I believe that for the people that have came by that are in the class, they said they've never seen anything like it before. They've never seen actors just breathe, really. When I go around Dallas and I see some of these Dallas films, or when I see a few actors in some local plays, they're not really living truthfully. They're just acting by to be or not to be, being dramatic or saying the lines just because it's my next line, but not really listening because they're missing what's happening in front of them. And I believe, from what I heard from my director friends and my brother who's a director, they said that it's different. It's not really taught much here. I mean, there's branches of Playhouse West in all different states. So I think that, it's time for this school to really wake up, for people to see this class, because it's helped me, and I think it will help whoever's watching this video.